you can grab a few special rewards. I'm Tony, and this is your unlocked GameSpot news update. Playing the Wildlands beta will unlock a number of cosmetic items, including gun skins, a backpack, and clothing and accessories for your ghost. Playing the beta is the only way to get the Goofy Llama t-shirt, but other rewards will be available on Uplay when the full game launches. To unlock these goodies, all you have to do is complete simple tasks with the game's Ghost Recon network, like logging in, completing your profile, and starting a chat. Seems like a good way to kick off your full campaign next month. Ghost Recon Wildlands hits PS4, Xbox One, and PC on March 7th. We recently got our hands on the game and discussed how it compares to The Division on The Lobby, GameSpot's weekly live show. So give that a watch, then stay tuned to GameSpot for all the latest on Ghost Recon. See you in the beta, soldier. If you missed the glory days of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, there's a glimmer of hope for you. The legendary boarder is looking into a new game, and it's not coming from Activision. He said as much in an interview with skateboarding magazine Jenkem. It's too early to confirm any details or even if the game will actually happen, but Tony says he's happy with the studio he's partnered with. He stated, "I'm potentially working on something, but it's so early I couldn't talk about it. I don't have any contracts signed, but it's exciting. I feel like it's with the right people, so I should know more in the next couple months." Hopefully the Hawk fares better this time around, since the last game in his series, Pro Skater 5, got a 3 out of 10 from GameSpot back in 2015. In the meantime, you can spot Tony in our famous director's early work video over on GameSpot Universe. He appeared in a Coca-Cola commercial directed by none other than J.J. Abrams. No joke. To keep up with Tony Hawk's new game, you're already in the right place.
EA's Investors Earnings Call released a whole bunch of interesting tidbits about their upcoming games. For example, BioWare's new IP is going to launch before April 2018. There's a new Need for Speed on the horizon, and they're not making Skate 4. Boo! But they did confirm the existence of FIFA 18, and that it'll bring with it Season 2 of the story mode, The Journey. I'm Lucy, and welcome to your referee GameSpot News Update. EA CEO Andrew Wilson said, FIFA 18 will build on the foundation we created with story mode this year, bringing players back to the journey with Season 2, featuring new characters and new storylines. Our development team in Vancouver is delivering deeply innovative new experiences across this year's game, including an ultimate team and creating the most emotionally immersive and connected FIFA we have ever produced. Wilson noted that more than 10 million fans have played the Journey, and Ultimate Team players are up nearly 10% year on year. The Journey was a story-driven adventure introduced in FIFA 17 that sees you follow a young footballer called Alex Hunter. It featured dedicated characters, cutscenes, and appearances from real-life players and managers. For all the news from EA's call, make sure to check out our roundup on GameSpot.com. What improvements and new features do you want to see in FIFA 18? Be sure to let us know in the comments below or come find me on Twitter. I'm at LucyJamesGames. For more on EA and FIFA, make sure to like this video and subscribe to GameSpot on YouTube.
Final Fantasy XV's 13th chapter has been the source of numerous complaints, specifically with how it handles the game's story. Thankfully, publisher Square Enix plans to address these issues next month. I'm Matt, and this GameSpot news update needs no further patches. The Chapter 13 update releases on March 28th. After Final Fantasy XV's launch, Chapter 13 became the subject of much discussion, as it shifted the game from its sprawling open world to a more linear format, while glossing over some of the more important narrative threads without explanation. The update is joined by the game's first piece of DLC, Episode Gladiolus, which is an original story that'll put players in control of Noctis' companion, Gladio. A price for the DLC has not been confirmed. Square Enix plans to release another update on February 21st. This one expands PS4 Pro support, introduces limited-time quests, and raises the level cap to 120, among other things. We'll keep you updated on all the latest Final Fantasy news, so for that and more from the world of video games, stay tuned to GameSpot. money for extra content in For Honor, then okay, look. I know there's no way you were actually worried, but Ubisoft has announced a season pass, in addition to what will come to the game as free DLC. I'm Matt, and you don't have to pay anything for this GameSpot news update. For Honor's $40 pass comes with 6 new heroes that will be available to season pass owners 7 days before they're released to everyone else. It also includes elite outfits for the DLC heroes and a Day 1 War Pack, which contains a Sunbeam effect for hero emotes, 3 emblem outlines, 3 gear crates, and 30-day champion status that gives the player a number of XP and loot boosts. People who don't pay for the season pass can still unlock the DLC heroes by spending in-game currency. And on top of all that, Ubisoft announced that it will release maps, modes, and gear for free after launch. The publisher said that season pass owners will get early access to some elements of this post-launch content. For Honor releases on PS4, Xbox One, and PC on February 14th, but you can play in an open beta on all those platforms from February 9th to the 12th. For more news on For Honor and the world of video games, stay tuned to GameSpot. Injustice 2 developer NetherRealm has revealed the latest character in its superhero fighting game. And if you're a fan of the TV show Arrow, you might just recognize her. I'm Matt, and this GameSpot news update is here to save the day. Black Canary has been revealed by IGN, and she appears to be a very up-close and personal fighter with a few ranged attacks in the form of her supersonic screaming. She also has small grenades that emit sonic waves and leave her enemies stunned and vulnerable, giving her a good amount of time to move in for a devastating combo. And it looks like she can parry attacks too, giving her the chance to grab an enemy mid-swing and punish them with an armbar that would make Ronda Rousey proud. More characters are expected to be revealed in the coming months, including 3 we saw in the latest cinematic trailer. Poison Ivy, Bane, and Brainiac have all made appearances in various places, such as the Injustice 2 website, but we haven't seen them in action just yet. We'll keep you updated as they're properly revealed, so for that and more from the world of video games, stay tuned to GameSpot.
ZeniMax Media has been awarded $500 million in its lawsuit against Oculus, which alleged that virtual reality technology it owns was stolen and used to develop the Oculus Rift. I'm Lucy, and welcome to your GameSpot news update. Bethesda parent company ZeniMax had been seeking $2 billion in damages and $4 billion in punitive damages from Oculus. Following several days of deliberations, a jury today found Oculus liable of copyright and trademark infringement, as well as having breached ZeniMax's non-disclosure agreement. It was cleared on claims of trade secret theft and unfair competition. Facebook was found not liable, while Oculus is responsible for $250 million of the $500 million owed to ZeniMax. The two companies weren't the only defendants. Oculus executives were also named and have been found liable. Former Oculus CEO Brendan Iraby, who recently stepped down for a different role, owes $150 million for trademark infringement, while founder Palmer Luckey and CTO John Carmack each owe $50 million. Notably, Carmack is a former ZeniMax employee. A key issue in the case was whether work Carmack had done at ZeniMax enabled the creation of the Oculus Rift. As you'd suspect, ZeniMax believes it did and argued that code used to power the Oculus features indications it stems from ZeniMax work. According to Law 360, Carmack and others claim none of the code he worked on at ZeniMax was used in the version of the Rift that existed when Facebook bought Oculus. Carmack did admit to having copied emails and source code from his time at ZeniMax, but claimed he wrote new code while at Oculus. ZeniMax also alleged that Palmer demoed VR games created by Carmack in the early days of Oculus's existence, and that these helped make it possible for the company to be founded. The case dates back to 2014 when ZeniMax first filed suit. Last year it added Carmack and Iraby to the list of defendants with more specific allegations. Oculus has consistently stated that the case has no merit. In a statement shared with GameSpot, Oculus called attention to the areas in which it was found not liable. The spokesperson said, The heart of this case was about whether Oculus stole ZeniMax's trade secrets, and the jury found decisively in our favour. We're obviously disappointed by a few other aspects of today's verdict, but we are undeterred. Oculus products are built with Oculus technology. Our commitment to the long-term success of VR remains the same, and the entire team will continue the work they've done since day one, developing VR technology that will transform the way people interact and communicate. We look forward to filing our appeal and eventually putting this litigation behind us. In its statement, ZeniMax said it was pleased with the outcome and that it could now seek an injunction to prevent continued use of the code it owns. We will consider what further steps we need to take to ensure there will be no ongoing use of our misappropriated technology, including by seeking an injunction